Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. DreamHack Bucharest continues right now. You're here live on Beyond the Summit. We're casting remotely from Los Angeles, but over in Bucharest, things are heating up. They're getting interesting. We just got done our winner bracket round 1 matches. Now we move on to the winner bracket finals here on BTS1 and on twitch.tv/Beyond the Summit 2. They will be casting your loser bracket finals. So, spoiler alert, we have Alliance versus Cloud9 coming up. Best of 3 as your match for this stream. The other stream will be the Fuzzy Bears. Was it? No, it wasn't Fuzzy. It was Fluffy. The Fluffy Bears. Dendi Havos +3 facing off against Fnatic. Fnatic did lose 2-1 in the end to Alliance, and well, here they are. With that being said, game 1's underway, so we'll be hopping into this draft momentarily. K-Poptosis is not happy, but it's okay. We're happy. We have good Dota coming your way, and well, with that being said, it's going to be Alliance on the Radiant side to start off game number 1, but as we look at the draft here, predictions, favorites?
I don't know. This one's really tough. I don't favorite either team either way. I don't think it should be like more than 60-40 in terms of either team. Didn't actually watch Alliance's series versus Fnatic, but Alliance TI3 champions, can't count them out of anything.
You said that with such gusto.
Gusto.
Whatever. Well, Alliance on the Radiant side, Cloud9 on the Dire, and after seeing this Invoker pick, they'll go for just the Sing Sing TA mid. Now, he always seems to rush the Midas early. Normally, Blink Dagger's his first core item. We almost never see that other build, which was popular with some of the Chinese teams, albeit did not work well at Starladder, the early BKB rush, more of a combat build. They'll follow up with Shadow Shaman, so, well, the Roche threat is strong in this game. And Alliance are going to have a lot of fun contesting around the pit. They won't have a Bat Rider either, and well, with that being said, the pit will be just an annoying area for Alliance to deal with. Constantly, they'll have to just be worried about the Roche attempts. They'll have to be scouting it. You can send your Forge Spirits in, Sunstrike as well, but nonetheless, it is just a thorn in the side and can really get under your skin. Now, apparently, in the Fnatic series earlier today, didn't get to watch it because we were casting the other match, but they ran quite a bit of... oh, crap, now I lost my train of thought. I need coffee. Wisp is the choice here by Alliance. They gave away the Tiny multiple times to Fnatic, but they never gave away the Tiny Wisp. In fact, they got banned in every game, I believe, or at least every game where the Tiny was picked up. But in this game, they'll take the Wisp for themselves early. This will most likely prompt a Cloud9 Tiny ban. Not that you need to run the Tiny Wisp, but that seems to be the go-to combo. Now,
since when does EGM draft?
10 seconds remaining.
It's been... yeah, it's been Loda or S4 primarily.
5 seconds remaining.
Mm-hmm. It's a little bit unusual.
Highlight eye drafting for Cloud9, so pretty standard stuff from them.
Mm-hmm.
Tiny ban, yeah, no surprises there.
Alliance's turn to ban.
Well, Dire plus Shadow Shaman's always a pain in the butt. TA too, so this was something that was a little bit popular, but TA is just not the strongest mid nowadays. She generally doesn't like... she's not a huge late game threat, and she doesn't provide too much tempo control. She's like a little bit of everything. But
yeah, just like it seems like most teams want to have solo mids that can just apply more pressure and threaten for kills, where TA generally won't unless she gets the runes.
Mm-hmm. And she's not good enough late game. She's not like a Naga Siren or Ember Spirit, let's say, in terms of late game damage capabilities. So you don't always want to take it late when you have a TA on your team.
Yeah, well, they are Dire. They do have the Shadow Shaman, so they're likely to be forcing some towers quite early on. Oh, what I wanted to say earlier was Alliance apparently was running the Naga in at least a handful of games, and Naga was in this draft, but ignored by both teams. Radiant's good against Refraction, and in general, Naga seems to match up, well, always does well, but with the Invoker pick, I suppose they would want to run the Naga mid, ideally, and not going to go for it as of yet, though. There's still that possibility they pick it up here in the second phase, as Cloud9 banned 2 Wisp partners.
Their push is strong. Shadow Shaman and Luna. EO is traditionally pretty weak against 5-man and push, unless you can put some split pressure yourself.
Yeah, or unless you can catch them before they group up, is the other main thing, but... well, we'll see if they can do that. So, Naga's still out there as kind of the X factor, I suppose, though even if they get a Naga, Cloud9 already have picked up a lot of late games, so they may not be too afraid of it. Decent heroes to clear off illusions as well between the TA and Luna. Though,
yeah. It's not the best hero to hook up with the Wisp, though.
That is true. Well, it's not like there's a ton left. Gyrocopter's probably your kind of your one main option that Alliance used to run a lot with the Wisp, though. With the flat cannon nerfs and just in general hasn't felt like and just his lack of mobility. It feels like teams nowadays with the changes to Blink Dagger, we see more Blink Daggers, more just move speed builds, and that's where he struggles a bit. But Coddle's the choice. Are we angling towards... This is like almost your classic TI3 alliance. The Coddle, the Wisp. Do they go for some sort of really hard carry to combo with this?
Some PL action?
I mean, PL's the natural thought, but that hero just feels so weak right now.
Yeah, he just takes too long to get online, and he doesn't even ramp up that fast when you do have a lot of space.
And even 6-slotted PLs, we've seen them lose late game. If they don't have an illusion army when a fight starts, and they're just hitting buildings, you know, they don't do anything, necessarily. So, we'll see what direction Alliance go, but the picks would suggest that. I mean, the one other hero that sometimes teams like to run with Keeper of the Light is Storm, just getting constant mana refills from the Chakra Magic. There's the Shadow Shaman for some lockdown for Storm. Not sure how they would look to lane it. But anything else that jumps out at you?
They have liked Ursa before, but Ursa is probably going to get kited all day.
Yeah, TA matches up pretty well against him. They've got the Hex from Shadow Shaman. Yeah, and they're Radiant as well. That Ursa is definitely one of those side-based heroes, like a Lycan, where they just seem much stronger on Dire.
Anything else? Lifestealer wouldn't be terrible. It wouldn't be wonderful, but it's something that Loda does play a lot.
There's Bulldogs on Druid, I suppose, but they've picked so much counter push. And normally, you can tether the bear, I guess, and get a little additional attack speed, but it's a very curious opening from Alliance, to be honest. Just not something you'd expect to see. Yeah, there was that period in the tiebreak matches for Starladder, and that's where they ran like 2 6.78 drafts. I guess Morphling is the one other hero that comes to mind for me right now. That's actually looking at this draft a bit more. Works well at the Wisp for relocates. We saw this kind of similar draft from DK at Starladder, where they ran the Wisp, the EO Morphling dual lane mid, the Keeper of the Light Lycan off lane, and I think it was a safe lane Puck. There's no Lycan in this game, but maybe we do see the Morphling here for Alliance.
I think after that game, all laning conventions have broken down.
Yeah, DK broke the mold with that one. But that was DK. Alliance are not as known for their variety in drafts. Not to say they don't pick some different heroes, but stylistically, they're normally a bit more predictable. And well, I think Morphling and Naga, the two main carries out there, they'll go for the Naga. It does give them a nice way to cancel Black Hole with the net, even through BKB. And also have the Song here. So they can do some cute stuff with relocates and just split push backdooring. Very mobile Naga, but quite the ratty draft from Alliance.
It's going to be all about Naga Siren getting her items up quick, and can Cloud9 pressure early enough, or can they play greedy enough to actually beat out a Naga Siren late game? I'm actually surprised they did leave it in the pool. Alliance is known to run Naga Siren, not every game that is available, but often enough.
I think the main ban that if they go on to lose this game and the Naga is a big reason why, then the main ban you can look at here and say, well, did they really need to ban that? Is CK. Sure, Tiny Wisp very strong, but CK's just been quite underwhelming in general. Very, very snowball-based hero. Doesn't farm particularly well. Needs to have a good start generally to have an impact. I'm a little surprised Cloud9 banned it, to be honest. But I think they maybe looked at the draft and said, I don't think they're going to go Naga. Naga Wisp is not really the most ideal fighting combo. But here she is.
Clockwork will be picked up, so it's just all out mid-game for Cloud9 with a decent amount of late game. They have very good tower sieging capabilities too. T80 tank, Shadow Shaman for the deeps, Enigma with the Eidolons too, so Keeper of the Light is going to have his work cut out for him, just walking around the map, defending against these pushes. And even if he's there, I don't know how much he can do solo. Clockwork is very, very good at catching out a Keeper of the Light.
Yeah, he is. He's also good at isolating something like Invoker, potentially, Clockwork. And if they've got the follow-up from, like, a TA blinking in, they can kill him, too. So, looking a bit at our lanes here as the draft concludes, Alliance, well, we could be an Invoker in the safe lane or a Naga in the safe lane, but likely going defensive tri-lane with this draft. At least that's what I would expect. And That would put either your Invoker or Naga mid, Bulldog on the Prophet, so there you go. It's just going to be full-on split push from them. Maybe we see 2-3 Necro books come out.
Going back to the roots.
Have they ever really gotten away from it?
They've tried.
Well, this draft is definitely, it's historically been a quite good style of play for them. But will it work against Cloud9? Cloud9 have the Dire advantage, they can siege quite effectively in the mid-game, and if you just drop the wards, Illuminate's not going to help you against those. You can maybe clear out these Luna illusions, but TA can also be in the front lines, banning away on towers. I'm not sure how good Alliance's counter push will actually be. The main concern will just be the song setup. If they can get off a good song, the Invoker comes in, drops the Meteor, Deafening Blast combo. That's where Cloud9 have to be careful, but well, let's see how it develops. Look to be a very defensive and farming-heavy game for both teams.
And Invoker played by S42. Curious whether he's going to go Quas Exort or Quas Wex. I think Quas Exort is probably better suited for this game. Quas Wex is nice, but if that's your only like early game anti-push aside from Keeper of Light, it's generally not enough. It'll slow him down, but I think they need S4 to play a little bit greedy this game so they're not so one-dimensional and relying on Naga.
Well, contrary to the initial overlay, this is not the summit, guys. It is DreamHack Bucharest. Just to be clear. Yeah, don't give me that attitude, man. Get your act together, K-pop. Oh, no, just gotta flame you a little bit. That's okay. Well, it's Cloud9 on the Dire side, Alliance on the Radiant. Game 1 in a best of 3. Winners bracket finals. The winner won't play today. They'll just wait and rest for tomorrow. Whoever loses this game has to play the loser bracket finals today. So it's a long day for the loser, and they'll want to start this off on the right foot. Cloud9 on the Dire. We'll go through their roster now. Pylai Dai handling your Shadow Shaman. Eternal Envy on the Luna. AUI 2000 playing the Enigma. In the mid lane goes Sing Sing on the Templar Assassin. And then down towards bottom will be Bone 7 on the Clockwork, saving some gold off the bat. Maybe to buy himself some Observers or Sentries, but or potentially just the quick boots. But we'll go through Alliance now as well. They're on the Dire side, and they're doing something cute with the lanes here. Loda starts off on the top side of the map as the Naga. Ake playing the Keeper of the Light, heading that direction as well. S4 will stick around mid as the Invoker. EGM entering God mode, hopefully this game for Alliance. Will be heading top as well, so they will go aggressive tri-lane, and this will leave Bulldog in the safe lane solo. So Prophet versus Clockwork in the safe lane, and then it looks like try on try at the top side of the map. Well, or dual lane versus tri-lane if AUI is just jungling.
This is pretty cool. We rarely see tri-lanes work out. We rarely see them attempted, and especially with this sort of draft, it is completely unexpected for them to go aggro try. And Eternal Envy is just so good at playing greedy on the Luna that I don't remember the last time I saw him under a lot of pressure in the early game.
And this lane can kill him too. They've got quite a bit of damage. Even once they get level 2 and they have the Spirits, the Riptide, and Net to set up and Illuminate, this is a scary tri-lane.
Pylai narrowly dodging the blast.
Yeah, he is hasted for now and just keeps on zapping away at Loda, who, with the Poor Man Shield start, often you'll see when players rush Poor Man Shield, they just have one of the slippers and you start with some extra tangos, but he started with the completed Poor Mans. You can just buy that extra component at the side shop, but as a result, he'll need to rely on these supports to keep him healthy, and between them all, they've got 4 or 5 tangos left. Not too much. That being said, Shadow Shaman also going to be low on mana now, and without the haste rune, probably reluctant to engage, so our other lane will be Bulldog on the Prophet against this off-lane Clockwork. AUI free farming in the woods, already 2. Generally known for that very efficient jungle play, and yeah, just a lot of pressure from Alliance early on.
One thing I like about Keeper of the Light too is that you can pressure the opponent's pool very, very easily, and Eternal Envy forced to tank creeps under the tower, and once they get a couple more levels on Naga side, they can... Oh, Pylai tanking another Illuminate there. They can put a lot of pressure on Envy. How's his CS doing? He is doing okay, 7-0 on him, but Loda off to the races, 11-2 on him.
Yeah, they're slowing down the Luna, but I think even more importantly, they're pressuring the Shadow Shaman. And normally Cloud9 just gets a free level 6. Same even for Liquid when they run the Shadow Shaman. It's teams in this version just don't go aggressive very often, so you're not used to being punished. We'll see how Cloud9 adapts. And the other nice thing is they're going aggressive with a Prophet, so as long as Bulldog doesn't get caught out here and give up a first blood, well, he's got Trance to protect him against Battery Assault, but as long as he doesn't die, he can join this tri-lane around that 6-7 minute mark, and if they just get 1-2 kills, the tower is going to fall, and they can just roll up the safe lane and take away Envy's jungle. So it's
Net into
Oh, dive onto Envy on the top lane. The net's there. The Spirits are the follow-up. Riptide pulling down the right click, and Bulldog's going to join it as well. They get the first blood. Now looking for Pylai Die. Do they have another net available? Not even needed. They just keep on running at him, giving him the right click, bring him down, so it's a double kill for Alliance. And it seems Cloud9 are just not getting the lane matchups they were expecting or hoping for.
Not at all. He just got trucked. The Ensnare Illuminate combo, something that was a little bit popular in 6.78. That was more when Naga Siren was support, but a slow hero like Shadow Shaman, 285 move speed versus 370 on Naga Siren without tether move speed. Good luck catching him.
The one good thing for Cloud9 is this gives Bone 7 a little extra space, so he'll work towards his level 6, but running a TA mid, if Sing Sing's not getting runes, which is actually pretty likely with the Invoker mid, he can just look to deny them with Forge Spirits, but if he's not, then it's pretty much all up to Bone 7 and AUI to turn this lane around. And we'll see Bulldog TP back bottom now, so slightly disadvantaged in terms of levels. Is slightly vulnerable also to a potential solo kill when Bone 7 hits 6. Is going for that pretty standard battery assault max first. Yeah, we'll see if he actually makes that move. Pylai Die tanking up quite a bit of damage, and well, he'll still get the kill on the Naga Siren here. Nice turnaround for Pylai Die. The orb's coming through EGM, looking for a dive Sunstrike, drops right into it. Well, it's a 1-for-1, but they do get this Naga kill, and Eternal Envy looking for more. Doesn't quite have the follow-up. Meanwhile, mid, AUI smoking, wrapping around. I think he's looking for a courier. But maybe just a backstab mid will be in order for him. And they'll just abandon the lane. Pylai Die's going to rotate bottom, so pretty quick adjustment from Cloud9. They get the 1-for-1 top, which honestly is not bad, and they know if they stay top, they're potentially 4v2. So instead they'll gank mid with this smoke gank from AUI. Might get Sunstrike, he walks right back into it, trying to juke it. Well, it's a 1-for-1 there as well, and they're also looking for a wrapper on bottom. Pylai Die smoked up. And this could be okay for them in the end. They still get the Invoker kill, give up only a jungler, and now they look for Bulldog. In comes Bone 7. Is he going to be under the tower? Pulls him slightly back with the Cogs. The Battery Assault doing the work they need. They'll get that kill. They look for EGM, but he bottles up. The Spirits are flying. Should be okay. In fact, he's getting aggressive here with the creeps. Perhaps a bit too much Spirits. Not enough damage. Needs one more. Can't get it off. He's still sticking around. Threatening. Threatening another Sunstrike from Invoker. And EGM with another tether so he can redeploy the Spirit soon. Potentially kill off Bone 7 here as well. EGM is just crushing the enemy team. And they're also threatening top, and Envy's not getting this farm. Mid.
His wisp is pretty damn sick.
Mid. Oh, S4. Will Sing Sing get juked this time? No. Not like that resolution dive from a few weeks ago. That was an easy one. In the end, the score 6-4. 5 minutes in. A lot of aggressive rotations from both teams.
Yeah, not usually what you expect from this sort of lineup, but Alliance seem very, very comfortable with these heroes and just able to put out pressure in both bottom and top lane. But Sing Sing's left unchecked yet again. In the earlier series, I don't even know if he died in the whole entire series.
Oh, hookshot top on the Loda. He's not yet level 6. In fact, he's only 4, and he's not going to be the only one going down here. Aki will as well. Trapped up in the trees. Great rotation from Bone 7, the key hero, and they've actually bought back on the Naga. Only level 4. They'll TP and Bulldog over the top. He comes in. No level 6 yet on Eternal Envy. Can right-click Bone 7 down. Potentially go for Envy, though I don't know if he has the damage for this. He's been in tanks, actually, a net onto the Shadow Shaman. Everybody's getting netted here today. And oh, they'll look for AUI now. Load on the chase. He bought back. He really wants to get a little bit more than just that one kill. Riptide comes over the top. There's no black hole yet. AUI not level 6. So often he is at this time in the game, but that smoke gank mid does delay his level progression.
EGM is almost level 7. It's 6.5 minutes into the game, and now the tower has been taken. So I would say this defensive tri-lane alliance is a resounding success. Luna just completed her boots too. She only has 12 CS, and this is Eternal Envy Luna we're talking about.
Yeah, at this point in the game, he could often just have like a EGM takes a clap to the face. He'll drop low, should be okay. Yeah, he could often have his treads, makings of the Dominator, and more importantly, have his level 6, which he's close to, but hasn't secured yet. And the thing is, for Alliance, I imagine they're just not going to leave top. Why give Envy any space?
Yeah, why should they at all? Naga Siren is not level 6 yet. She's actually not that farmed. She has second most CS in the game right now, compared to Nature's Prophet, though, who almost has his mech.
This is just overall a very smart adjustment from Alliance. Just the draft looked like kind of one of their 6.78 drafts, but they're playing it much more like a 6.80 draft. Just rotating the lanes a lot, being very flexible and aggressive, and Cloud9 were not expecting that. Hookshot's gonna fly, will connect on Loda, pulls in another hero, the song gets deployed as well. They pulled in the Naga and Bulldog, but he'll just go for the TP out. It's been cancelled by Battery Assault. Not sure why Bulldog's sticking around for this so long now. On the chase, there will be a trap thrown out. Bulldog's pretty much dead. Maybe can self-sprout, not with this Malefice though. They'll fire an additional shot past Bulldog's corpse.
Wow.
Looking for EGM. He could have just walked out, but he kept on trying to TP under Battery Assault.
Yeah, there were a lot of creeps there too. There were so many units. I'm surprised Battery Assault hit him that many times.
Radiant's bottom
Is that
tower
bad
is
luck?
under
Pretty
attack.
unfortunate. It hit him like three times in a row.
He's being just harassed in this base. Will there be a Sunstrike attempt? Sunstrike? Oh, he's so scared.
Has fallen.
He's so scared.
Dire's
And
middle
rightfully
tower
so.
is under attack.
S4 won't connect on that one. The other thing I like is actually seeing S4 on Quas Exhort. He has played it before, but I'd say way more than other players, he tends to go on the Quas Wex, and just given the way they drafted, this is the perfect combination. Your Prophet and Invoker getting their early levels up, and the rest of the team able to just put pressure all over the map.
I'm surprised that Bulldog didn't go for an early Force versus Clockwork or an early Midas, just opting for all out in the early game because they have the Naga Siren to back them up later. There is the Midas on the Invoker.
Oh, this is just torturous.
Poor Owie. Can't really do that much. He is still decently farmed, though.
Like you said, it's just Coddle so good at contesting not only the enemy pull, but just the entire enemy jungle.
Yeah, the lanes are almost always pushed out, too. Cloud9 did destroy the bottom tower, though, so nice little gold in the pockets.
Well, they've only got the one camp stacked up, but they are stacking this big camp in their own jungle, so that's some additional income that can come their way, and I wonder if we'll just see Lodo look to rush the Radiance. He does deploy an ensnare. Sunstrike's going to follow this up. Even if NB bothers to Eclipse, he will do so. The mirror image was cooling down, actually. Thought he had it online. Now a hookshot on the EGM. He can tether out of this one. Potentially, nope. Gets cancelled immediately. Trapped in the tether. And will end up going down to Bone 7. I think Ake was also too close, so it didn't actually move him, but
Yeah,
he's going to get stunned anyway.
did not, or Luna actually got the kill on Loda before Luna died too, so that's a little unfortunate for them, but...
And this is the advantage for Cloud9. Dire side, TA, Shadow Shaman, and hell, Enigma, who can solo rush. So they'll just go take it.
Yep. Can't contest it. Maybe with Naga Siren ultimate, but that's still down for another 30. And Naga Siren's Radiance has been slowed down quite a bit too, with 3 deaths to her name.
And Sing Sing going for his just, at this point, very standard Midas rush is now up to 1k gold. Quite tanky, and of all the heroes to die, Naga is by far the worst. Trading her life away when she's getting closer to a relic, sure, you get the kill in Envy, but is it worth it?
Yeah, Luna is super poor too, 1, 2, and 3, and she does not have the CS to back up that many deaths either.
They have abandoned the aggressive tri-lane now, though. No longer are they putting pressure in the lane. There is always the threat of the relocate gank, but for now, at least Envy feels a bit safer, and he'll move out from the tower. That is quite a win rate.
Bone 7 looking to put some pressure on the bottom lane, but now I think Alliance going to take a step back. They do have the Midas up on Invoker. They don't have the Relic on Naga, and that's a really big point for them. If she didn't die that last fight, maybe she'd have it at this point, actually.
She'd be close. She'd have probably like 3,500 gold or so, something along those lines, so she'd definitely be very close. Here comes the push top from Cloud9, though. The Serpent Ward's cooling down in 10 seconds. They'll be going for a bit of a trade while Bone 7 holds the line bottom. He throws out a rocket. Just simple harassment for now as they continue just to work on the tower, chipping away at it. Invoker also defending out mid. They haven't committed yet to this bottom push. The Glyph has been deployed. They'll actually net up Bone 7. They're going to be forced to run, but they can't get off a combo yet. Too much damage on a Pilot Jar, dropping very low. They can't finish him off, though. Now Loda deploys the song. Does he make it out safely? Just barely at that. The Prophet gets the tower, and they abandon ship. They
get the kill.
And they also defend mid until this happens. Hookshot in onto Loda. But who's caught who is the question. The mirror image pulls Loda outside of the cogs. I think he was actually safer within them. Now his teammates, well, they can't help him too much here. Loda gets brought down in the end.
What pushed him out? The Sprout?
The mirror image.
Oh, the mirror image?
He mirror imaged out of the cogs.
That's so unfortunate for them. I think Bone 7's almost dead at that point.
Yeah, the thing is, like, normally that's a really sick play, getting out of cogs that way, but that was a case where he was safer in the cogs.
That's, again, a pretty big kill. He's sitting at 3,400 gold. He's so close to his Relic. He really needs his Radiance up ASAP.
Still, the Luna is incredibly poor. Eternal Envy is level 8, has Power Treads and Arena of Aquila. That's it. As much as Loda's not having the best time, neither is the enemy Luna and Eternal Envy. And Vizrun here from AUI. Gonna go first black hole of the game and potentially find some kills. Could find a double kill if Aki just walks in a bit too close. Actually, he drops a Sentry Ward, and they're like, oh shit. Oh shit. This is not where we want to be.
That value Sentry, and they get the Obzord too.
Wow. Now they have their Midas up on Bulldog, so he'll go back for one. Now they're running double Midas. Soon the Relic is coming for Naga. As much as Alliance's mid-game feels a bit lackluster, just not that many stuns, not that much burst damage, what they do have in spades is just split push and late game, if they can get the farm up. And they've got Relic Gold now in Loda.
I like the transition, though. I don't think they're far enough ahead that they can just purely rely on the Naga Siren, especially when TA hasn't really been joining the fights that much. He is 3-0-1, but as you said, going for the early hand of Midas and C9 getting Roshan, they can't exert that much pressure this early on without taking some casualties in the process or without hurting their farm a lot. So just going with a little bit of the safer play. They do have the global presence. They can just farm all around the map too with split images, with recall, with Nature's Prophet. So I don't really think farming is necessarily a problem. It's mostly, can they just kill Sing Sing?
Nice deny mid. S4 is gonna snipe the tower out, and well, that gives Sing Sing Blink Dagger Gold if he wants to go for it, though. I wonder if it's even the right choice against the Naga. Maybe he's better off just going straight into some... Well, there you go. So he'll go for the better split pushing item. EGM on the bottom lane, eats a hook shot to the face. They need something for him to tether out to, and he'll immediately do it onto Loda. Then goes for the TP out, but the battery cell will find him. So too will the Lucent Beam. Now Loda also tries to make his own escape. EGM being run down here. Bone 7 will find him. One more right click. Gets the kill. Now top lane. Now top lane, they go on Pylai Die. Sunstrike's here. He tries for the quick TP out. Pylai Die, nothing to cancel it. The song was there, but Hex for too long. Nice escape.
Nice escape indeed.
Now, S4. In a bit of a pickle here. Does he have a Cold Snap available? He could invoke it. He could also... Oh, just Force Staff. There you go. AUI's hunting him. There's a trap deployed, but there's no Blink Dagger.
They have to relocate too in case they overextend, so that is something that they have to be super wary of.
In good news for Alliance, Loda did get out bottom, so now he's almost got Radiance. And he's still leading Eternal Envy by quite a bit, and he's not doing it alone. Again, they're running a Tricore here.
Aoi just not being able to find black holes too. It's so difficult for his positioning because fights just happen all around the map. They have plenty of tools to scout him with the Treants, with the Forge Spirits, and with the Naga Siren images. So they're not going to let Aoi just walk up to him. Even when he was invis, they were prepared for it too.
Yeah, and if he's not finding black holes, then let's fast forward 5 minutes, and both teams are just farming. Naga has Radiance. You've got probably your double Necro Books coming online for Alliance, and what is Cloud9 going to do about that? They have some decent counter push, mainly with the Clockwork and Gank, but Alliance just have the ultimate trump card in the Song of the Siren, the Relocate to bring in supports. It's going to be tough for Cloud9 to deal with the pressure from all 3 lanes.
Indeed it will. I don't think I've actually seen Aoi play Enigma yet.
Really? I've definitely seen him play it before. I mean, though I mostly, whenever I think of Aoi Enigma, it's more just how efficiently he farms, as opposed to hitting huge black holes.
I mostly just think of him for Chen and Visage, and his tree earlier.
Yeah, I did like that early movement where he went towards mid, and they also had the good rotation from the Shadow Shaman bottom, but it did delay his level 6, and they sure could use the black hole in that early engagement top.
Oh, there's a Radiant, 16 minutes, not bad at all, considering he was offensive tri-lane, and considering he's 1 and 4.
Yeah, and they've taken 2 towers, which definitely doesn't hurt top lane. Wards get deployed by Pylai Die, though. Loda's going to look to contest this. Hesitance there available, but Loda trapped him in the Cox. He will end up going down. Another death for him. They bring in the backup, though. EGM comes through. They'll look for the Bone 7 kill, just getting him in the nick of time. And on the other side of the fight, there's S4. Duking out with Sing Sing. He has a Cold Snap available. Doesn't want to invoke it just yet. But in the end, the Naga dies again.
Yeah, mirror images on cooldown yet again. A little bit unfortunate for him. And Aegis has expired. Looks like Roshan is going to respawn pretty soon. And Cloud9 still have very good control of that. They have mass physical damage to deal with it. And I don't think Alliance can contest it yet again. At the same time, they're not terribly warded. They do need more items on Loda, though.
He's got to stop dying. Oh, the team's got to do a bit of a better job of protecting him, but in some of these cases, it's like he's just choosing to run in and YOLOing it a bit.
Mm-hmm. Well, still 2 for 1. Not terribly bad.
Yeah. But you go into the game late enough, and if all you have is the farmed Invoker and Prophet, those two are not going to match up that well against TA Luna on their own.
And now they have the gem on Coddle. They did pass it around to Naga Siren, so she will get rid of a lot of the traps in the Radiant jungle.
Yeah, all those illusions will get the benefit of the true side, and can clear out the traps, can also clear out any aggressive wards lingering. And speaking of wards, we can check the vision here right now. Pretty good vision for the Dire side and for the Radiant. Both teams have some nice aggressive wards up. There's one aggressive ward over here. The traps are going down rather quickly, but Cloud9 doing an okay job of just controlling their jungle with these two wards.
Yeah, they're getting repelled though. Now Cloud9 can't really farm an opponent's jungle, and Luna's still very underfarmed. She just picked up her Mask of Madness. This will allow her to do Ancients at a decent clipping, but in terms of net worth, still very, very far behind.
Yeah, Cloud9 don't really... I mean, neither team really feels that confident in their team fight at this stage. There's still no BKB on the Enigma up, no Blink Dagger either. He might not even go on this game against the Naga, and... yeah, Loda just needing to farm desperately is nowhere near any big items, just has a Radiance. So, between that and Eternal Envy, it's just both teams wanting to sit back for some time. Maybe go for some pickoffs, and that's what we'll see here from Cloud9.
Yeah, looking at net worth though, looks like only TA is really high up on Cloud9. We see, oh, there's a smoke into Roche. There is a Treant in there.
They'll actually kill the Treant off and drop the ward, so they've now given it away to Alliance. Does Alliance care? Do they look to contest? They'll start by sending some illusions in. The positioning's not the best, but they can throw out a blinding light and just look to delay this Roshan a bit. Hasn't been thrown in just yet. The recall is available, not being used, and it looks like they're not going to contest. They'll give up the Aegis to Sing Sing. It just felt a bit too risky for Alliance, I imagine. They did have Song, but...
It's too quick, though. Too much minus armor, too much physical damage, and even if they go in, they're fighting against a potential big black hole from Aoi, and they're fighting against the Serpent Wards, too. It's just not the easiest fight for them to take at all.
With the Naga this poor, it's basically like you're fighting 4v5 as well. The illusions can just be cleaned up in like a single meld strike from the TA. And the wards were down as well, so you're fighting into the wards.
She's getting there. She's getting there.
It's still ahead of Eternal Envy for... As much as Loda hasn't had the best game, Eternal Envy's been shut down quite a bit as well.
And they've already sentryed his Ancient too, so there goes that.
It's just hard for Cloud9 to get out on the map. I mean, you look at the lanes, they're always marching in. At best, they're like at the river. They're rarely deep into enemy territory. They often are in favor of Alliance, though.
Mm-hmm. S4 are already pressuring top lane too, and we still haven't seen relocate yet either. Mostly Cloud9 is not overextending into positions where relocate will come in very, very useful.
I like the way they're using it though. We've seen historically, like when the Chinese team started running Wisp, they would try to use it offensively a lot, and they just get punished heavily for it. But generally, most teams seem to have success counter ganking with relocate, because that's when you can assess accurately how many heroes are there, and then make sure you've got the numbers advantage. Yeah, they'll just reserve it for counter ganking at this stage.
S4, nice map awareness. Almost gets caught out by a couple of heroes on the top lane.
And Alliance won't give up any easy towers. They give up the tier 1 mid and the tier 1 bottom, but they will try to hold their best to hold on the top. Wards get dropped down here. The glyph comes out as well. Well, they might try to hold on, but at best they're getting a tower deny out of this one. Blinding light, nice tower deny. That's 2 now for S4 with the Forge Spirits.
Loda was trying to put pressure on bottom, but he just doesn't have enough items to really do that much. Looks like he will not be going BOTs. Straight ultimate orb for him.
I think he needs a little HP, though. He was feeling quite squishy.
Yeah. Squish City, man. No Aquila, no.
Squish City.
Squish City. That's what he is.
Yeah, no Aquila, no drums like what Miracle often goes for. Some players like their casual Vit booster, but Loda gets something to help him tank up now, and will work his way towards the Manta style. I mean, I guess there's... Manta seems to be the way to go. Used to be like that Lincoln's Rush on Naga was very popular around TI2. Well, we don't see it as much nowadays.
Manta is too good. Manta just helps you farm a lot faster too. You don't really need the regen in this particular game because of Tether and because of Chakra.
Bone 7 going for his, honestly, signature Orchid build on Clockwork. His other build that he likes is occasionally Armlet, but very strong solo killing potential. It won't help him against the Naga for much longer, as the Manta style is coming quite soon.
BKB nearly completed on AoE, actually. But it's just not terribly useful. Can still get netted and interrupt the black hole.
The main thing is, like you said, he's just not that mobile.
Yeah,
and Alliance are insanely mobile. They have tether move speed, they have just a bunch of ways to reset the fight in the Song of the Siren, in the Invoker, and all his crowd control, so... And the Prophet's just global presence, so they're not overly worried about this Enigma, I feel. It's more if they clump up and force the fight, but as long as they're spreading the map, Black Hole at best gets them 1 or 2 kills.
Bone 7 looking for a hook shot.
Dire's structures are fortified.
They know where he is now, though.
Yeah, they've got an Observer Ward here. He just threw a rocket back, and once again, it's Cloud9 just looking to use these Serpent Wards to take down towers. Every time they're up, they deploy them, and with it now with the Death Sighter on Sing Sing, mid tower's gonna melt. This one not denied. So once again, there's the trade for Alliance. They take a tier 2. Here comes your song. Loda's prepping. Relocate over the top. Can AUI turn this fight around? Look for the black hole. Let's see if he can get it off. Sunstrike is going to connect to him. Already brings him down incredibly low. Now he's forced into a defensive posture, but so too is Loda, who's also taking a ton of damage. Bulldog comes in from the backside, immediately gets the black hole to the face. Might as well take something, says AUI. One more right click. They'll get it off. No, it's not enough damage to get the kill. And on the other side of the fight, they also lost S4. They lose 2 cores. They're still looking for AUI 2000 here. No relocate. And I'll TP home. So in the end, oh, it's a big win for Cloud9.
Sing Sing's doing too much damage now. Loda also didn't have mirror images up. Again.
He almost has Manta. But it feels very slow.
Oh, look at Envy. Able to farm his Ancient stack, too.
Stealing the enemy Ancients. Doesn't have his own stack available, but this is going to be probably most of the Manta style ready to go.
Nice recovery farm by Envy.
Oh, so he went BKB first. Okay. So, yeah, sitting on 1400 gold, but probably the Manta coming next.
It's difficult to not BKB this game, just because if you get initiated on with sleep and you don't have BKB, there's a lot of images beating on you, you get cold snap, you're instantly dead.
Yeah, Radiance and Cold Snap is a very annoying combo as well. I'll actually take another round of the Ancients, too. Will Alliance be able to punish this in time? Doesn't look like it. And as soon as he senses trouble, Envy's just going to back off. So, all in all, just a really good fight for Cloud9, applying a lot of pressure. They didn't even lose the Aegis, actually.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what their plan was. They're not going to be able to kill Sing Sing twice.
Oh, relocate on the bottom. The net's going to follow Bone 7. He went for the hook shot out, but now they've caught him. They've isolated him, too, and they will bring him down. That net following him through the hook shot. Wow. That's some long-range accuracy.
Nice try.
Better luck next time.
EGM is actually getting a Heaven's Halberd, too. So that'll be pretty good versus TA. TA is not terribly mobile. I guess she does have a Blink Dagger, but they have a lot of ways to stop it with the Radiance and multiple illusions. So his uptime won't be that high. Naga also has a ton of armor, already 15 armor on her. So can Naga carry this? I still think so. Eternal Envy isn't farmed enough, and he isn't able to get away with a Yasha build this game. So his farm's just not going to be able to compete.
Well, I mean, he can go back for one now. But yeah, his farm speed should be a bit behind Loda's, though. I mean, it also comes down to Cloud9 being dire. They can take the next Roshan, most likely. That's going to be an Aegis and a Cheese, and if they can take objectives on the back of the Rosh advantage, it could go either way this game. It's really not decided in favor of one team.
No, not at all. Shadow Shaman has his Blink Dagger, so he's not susceptible to the relocate ganks. Who is? I guess we just saw Bone 7 die. Enigma can just BKB TP out if he really wants to.
Yeah, there's Naga net to cancel it, but Naga's not really the ideal hero to be setting up all these ganks. I think the main issue with them forcing relocate ganks is just their vision right now, and they don't actually have much. They don't really see anyone on Cloud9, to be honest. Now a gem comes out for the Enigma. The gem was passed back to Ake, and not holding it on the Naga Siren, so As a result, well, if you can't really force the relocates when you don't know where the enemy heroes are. Too risky. And they're not going to go for it.
It's nice that they have a gem, though. C9 doesn't have as much information as they usually do.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
Oh, boy.
So much for
Highlight
that.
Guy blinks in, drops the wards, and then the Illuminate in the face, followed up by the Prophet ult.
There goes that push.
Yeah, that was a pushover. That was just one of those, like, whoops-daisies.
Did not expect that burst coming out.
No. He wasn't ready for that. Bone 7's on the prowl, though. Dire vision. They do have a single trap here, and now they're going to fire a warning shot off. It does give them vision on Bulldog. Hookshot, however, not able to connect. And now he'll TP out.
Or will he? Ooh, that was
Barely.
so close.
But he makes it, by golly. And last to escape will be your Wisp.
Pretty long Roshan respawn. Looks like a 2-minute, 10-second-ish one. I think the longer to respawn, though, the better for Alliance. They need more time. They need Naga to get more items. And then once Naga gets super fat, they can start contesting Roshan. But C9 they could easily sneak it in with the next round of Rasta awards.
Yeah, they did skip the Invoker Necro 3. He's just gone into straight sight device. So they do get some additional crowd control here. For a team that was a bit lacking, I suppose it's just a nice way to set up ganks. They can use the relocate to just instantly bring the Invoker into the fights and force F into a Hex.
Yeah, it's not only the Naga that's farmed. We're talking about a super farmed Invoker and Nature's Prophet. He has Mech, Necro 3, Midas, and 3,800 gold to boot. So we're talking about double Scythe pretty soon. And Sing Sing does have a BKB up, but after BKB and without an Aegis, he can go down twice, or he can go down once very, very easily.
Yeah, so carrying Roshan is extremely important for Cloud9. If they get it, I'd say it's a slight advantage to them.
Look how slow S4 is with level 1 Wex.
Yeah, this is like the saddest.
That's so funny.
Normally you see this kind of play either late game or just on Quas Wex Invoker.
Yeah, or with drums, or with Wex orbs.
Or anything that gives you move speed, even phase boots.
Well, he can kill someone very easily, though, with a Scythe to relocate, so... I mean, he has the right idea, it's just... he feels like he's still playing Coswex.
Well, they also do have a gem on AUI, so it's a little risky to just be wandering around like that. But they won't find him anyway. The push coming in bottom, Nagasarn Illusions continuing to spread their influence to all corners of the realm. And now the Rosh is up. Once again, Bulldog on the ball, scouting this out with the tree ant. They'll know it's here. Do they contest this time around? This time, Aegis and Cheese.
If they get there right now, I think they can with Sleep, but it looks like Invoker's already TP. They want to contest this one.
Loda's coming in. The Illusions are in the pit. Rosh about half HP. Not dead yet. Now Loda comes in with an Invis Rune. Another Illuminate, dropping Cloud9 low. They're going to be forced back at a very awkward time with the Rosh low enough to almost be stolen. Envy comes in, pops his BKB. Still the Rosh alive, and now tries to just muscle it down. He will get the Aegis, the Cheese hitting the deck as well. That's picked up by Envy. Sing Sing has used his BKB up, though. Envy's used his own up as well. Now an Illuminate, then the black hole from AUI catches out too. They bring them both down. They'll clean up the Wisp, the Cheese at the last hour. Sing Sing, well, and Eternal Envy just cleaning house. 4 heroes dead. It's going to be 5-2 with now the ensnare onto the Keeper of the Light. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. It's a team wipe. It's a triple kill for Sing Sing and a lost gem. It did cost them an Aegis and a Cheese, but boy oh boy, that was worth it. And a Naga buyback forced out now.
Very nice BKB usage by Cloud9. And that's just a problem with TA and Ross on the same team on Dire. You just take out Roshan so fast that it just puts a team in such a terrible, terrible position if they want to engage.
If they had spawned a little bit earlier, before the Rosh was in kill range, then maybe they could have caught Cloud9 in an awkward position, potentially isolate some supports, isolate the Enigma, and just keep him out of the fight. But by the time they went to Song, the BKBs had already been used, Rosh was too low, and there was nothing they could do.
The problem is they don't have enough physical damage to take on Roach themselves that quickly. Eternal Envy might actually die here.
Sunstrike will connect. No, just off the mark. Then they get him with the long range next. From downtown comes Loda. Remember, he bought back. If he dies again, that's probably the game. They got to retreat out now. Bulldog overextended a bit. He'll take a spill. He also bought back in the previous fight. Loda will retreat. The Hulk shot. Bone 7's found him again. EGM trapped in the cog. He is forced F'd out, but he's still going to tick down to the soul burn. Then Loda with the buyback. He's still alive, though. Bringing them a lot of them low with the Radiance damage. Can he finish them off? Bone 7 rocket. 3 seconds. The Wisp relocate. Tether him back a bit quicker. Heal him up as well. EGM medevacs the Naga back to safety, preserving the game. First out another buyback on him, though.
That was a huge meteor by S4, too. He killed 2 heroes with that. He killed Luna, and he killed the Shadow Shaman. Got a buyback out of Pylite Die, and looks like the Rex will end up living, too. If he doesn't kill that, Rasa drops wars on the Rex. Rex is dead. So that was huge.
Yeah, and if the Naga dies there, then that's just game. She has no buyback at that point.
Yeah.
Still, though, it cost them another buyback. They've used... Actually, there was a single buyback on the Shadow Shaman as well. And in the end, it looks like it was a fairly even exchange overall. Gold and experience being split one way or the other. But, yeah, it was a close fight. Sing Sing's huge now, though. Picks up a butterfly. Out comes the Maelstrom on Bone 7. Maybe just straight into Mjolnir from here. And even his right clicks are going to be
Loda needs more
fearsome.
Loda needs more HP. He only has 1400 HP. That's just not enough.
Has he just died too much this game to actually carry? 3 and 6 and... Also dying at crucial timings. Like, it's one thing to have 6 deaths if you get your Radiance at 12, 13 minutes like he has in previous games, but you get it at 16, 17 minutes and you keep on dying with no mirror images out, your farm speed is drastically reduced.
Yeah, they've been... Like, the times that he's been engaging, too, it's just been a few seconds too early, though. He needs illusions just so he doesn't put himself in danger, but he still does a lot of damage in team fights.
Envy's now got a butterfly, so this is a real good time to go MKB. Problem is, Naga
Everyone's smoked up.
Naga doesn't normally go for
Highlight Eye is about to get popped.
Well, who's going to get popped is the question. He jumps right in on top of Loda. They hookshot up EGM, silence him as well, so he can't do a thing during this fight. Loda still alive until he gets pulled into the black hole. Where's Sing Sing? Where's Envy? They need some damage. They need it. Now they eclipse, but it's mostly tanked by the Necro Minions as well as the Forge Spirits. In fact, almost the entire damn thing is Sing Sing still found the Naga on the backside, though. They've gotten a few kills. That's 3 dead, and that's the key hero dead once again. They won't find these last 2. S4 able to ghost walk out, but that was a pretty ballsy play by Pylite Die. Sees 2 heroes and blinks in onto the Naga, knowing Bone 7 had his back, and with that silence on Wisp, the Wisp is just... She needs a BKB. She just gets silenced, it can't do anything.
Yeah, I was very surprised that S4 didn't actually use his Hex very early on the Rasta that fight, but it looks like they were barreling down mid. No revive on Naga Siren for another 40 seconds.
The buybacks are still on cooldown. Cloud9 in game 1 looking strong here. Might take the entire game on the back of this push. 30 seconds till Naga respawn. No buyback available as mentioned. And the split push from Bodog. It's won them so many games in the past, but it's just not fast enough to match the Mask of Madness. The double butterfly. Cloud9 will clear out the wave. They'll probably settle for 1 lane of Rax after this. The Lucent Beam comes out. Envy really wants this hut. He'll get the hut. It's time to back Envy, says the team, and they'll make their retreat. So in the end, Rex down, and Alliance are just falling behind in terms of gold at this point.
Yeah, they had a really good start, but Loda's died a little bit too much. He needs 1 more item at this point. Like, he needs a heart completed, like, yesterday. And his images just die too fast, and he just dies every single one of these fights. He is 3 and 7. He probably has one of the most deaths in this game. Second to Pylite Die.
I also like this choice from Cloud9 going for double butterfly because there's not really a great MKB carrier aside from Prophet this game, and you're not worried about the Prophet out-carrying you. Silence up EGM. Look at that crit, that splash damage coming through from Sing Sing. Pretty substantial stuff. But yeah, you get double butterfly, and at most the Prophet builds an MKB. He's not even going for it. You do have a double hex, but with BKBs you can't really count on that, so the evasion is very strong this game. And they'll take a tier 2 mid. It's time for Alliance to start digging deep and ratting it up. They don't want to fight right now, nor should they. They'll split push, they'll stall, and then they'll look to back. The wards get deployed. Naga does have her level 3 ultimate, so they can use a Song here just to maybe Song, TP out, or even potentially catch some heroes at their own base trying to escape. Though for now, they will back off.
Yeah, Sing Sing's so fat that he doesn't have a TP scroll. Same with Owie.
No room in his pockets for that. Can get the Boots of Travel soon, or even just sell the Midas to carry on. But the Midas TA really has paid off. Hookshot in, Bode 7, he's found Bulldog now. AUI comes in as well. The Black Hole's going down, focusing directly on Bulldog. The dog is down, and now they're on the run. Looking for a blink, potentially. No, there's that Radiance Burn, being a bit of a nuisance here. S4 able to force staff out. Shackle Hex not able to find him, he is hasted. And continues his retreat now, beating a path towards mid. Cloud9 not really in position to take Rax off of this, but can definitely push out the lanes.
To be honest, that's not even that bad of a fight for Alliance. They lose Bulldog, but They used Rust Awards quite some time ago in that mid lane, so they still can't pressure. The only problem is Roshan again. It's going to respawn soon within the next 1 to 4 minutes, and I don't really see Alliance taking it again. That was pretty much the biggest swing of momentum in this game was last Roshan, and if they go in there and lose another fight, it is certainly game. But at the same time, if they don't and they give them Aegis Cheese, that's almost certainly game 2. So what can they really do? Maybe get off pick off right before, but they don't have the best pick off lineup. Generally, an Invoker with a Scythe of Ice and Relocate, you'd expect more kills around the map, but C9 have been very, very good about using their PKBs and not putting them in harm's way.
Yeah, they've been pretty disciplined in terms of their fight selection in general. I haven't seen them take too many bad fights, and it's easy to do that against
Eternal Envy.
He BKBs here. Is there going to be anything to cancel that TP? Actually turns around, deploys the Eclipse. I think Envy's overestimated his own damage output. Just gets slaughtered. He could have just...
This is exactly what they wanted.
BKB TP out. Did he not have a TP scroll?
I don't think so.
Okay. Oh, that's a costly death.
Yeah, that's a big kill. Roshan, let's see when it respawns. Is it a 5-second respawn? Really? Oh my goodness, that's one of the fastest respawns I've ever seen.
Although the Luna is dead right now, and they're scouting this, so maybe this is in Alliance's favor.
No, it's really good for Alliance. If it takes a long time, they can pretty much just have Envy die with no repercussions. But if they go in there right now, then maybe they can take it out.
Yeah, S4 finally going to be able to start putting some points in Wex, and now up to 5.2k gold. Interested to see what sort of item he goes for from here. But for now, they're just going to push out the lanes. Still no Roche attempt from Alliance.
They don't know that it's up.
There was a Naga illusion near the pit, but I didn't actually see
he got hexed right before he went in.
I mean, they can scout it pretty easily. They threw a Sunstrike towards that big camp earlier. Rocket's going to come in.
It's too late, though. Now Eternal Envy's up in 5 seconds. So the window of opportunity is gone. It was a nice kill, but unable to translate that into anything. They will finally scout it out with the Force Spirit.
Do they give this up, though? If they give this up, Aegis and Cheese, Cloud9 may be able to throw, like, 2-3 buybacks as well into their next push. That's probably enough for 2 lanes of Rax at that point.
Naga Siren is getting fat, though. She does have a heart. She needs Butterfly on top of that, but yeah, again, she's just one item too slow.
Yeah, and this is where Sing Sing can go into an MKB as his next choice. What has he purchased? Yeah, Demon Edge is ready. The Eye of Scotty's coming out for Eternal Envy soon. So just looking to tank up here, get some HP, and MKB TA. I don't know if this Naga can actually outcarry that, honestly. Not until she catches up in terms of her items. But like you said, just one item ahead so far this game.
S4 potentially looking for a Scythe gank.
Yeah, he still needs more points than Wex. Only 3 points. Yeah, just a bit slow. There was a hook shot attempted, but Admiral Bulldog barely able to scurry away from that one. And the one thing I will say is, the lanes have just been kept back nicely by these Naga illusions. With the Radiance out there, not so easy to bring down. Pylite Eye's been just hexing them casually whenever they walk by. They quickly drop Meld Strikes to bring them down, but you can't bring them all down when there's this many.
And C9 looking for a wraparound, but their T3's under siege with a lot of Naga illusions and the Necro 3, so they have to back off. And I don't think this is going to end anytime soon. This T3 might even die. Be close to dying.
Not yet, but it does prep for a potential turnaround later in the game. As soon as the rotation comes bottom, Bulldog will push in the top. And Cloud9, you know that they just want eyes on the prize. Straight into the Roche Pit is the goal for them. But not so easy.
2 of their T3s are like around half HP, and they don't have Glyph up. So this is really bad for Cloud9, and Alliance doing exactly what they should be doing. Putting pressure without actually fighting.
S4 running around Invis. He's got the haste rune up as well. He'll hex out Bone 7. I don't think he realized there was backup. The relocate comes in from EGM. He didn't bring anyone. He's just going to melt. They've lost S4. Now they'll lose EGM as well. What a costly dive. And, well, there's your Roche.
I think that he thought that he was alone, but I don't actually know if they knew that Clockwork just popped out of smoke. If he pops a smoke, certainly you're like, well, it's not a solo Clockwork. I need to get out of here. That was almost a dodge bullet, but Alliance. Rutrow. That is Roshan.
Costly. Sane will head towards the pit. And with the mid lane pushing in, they've already got the racks available. They can just muscle this down quickly. He's also got MKB gold if he wants it. We'll see if he takes the Aegis, if Envy takes the cheese, but into the pit they go. No wards available. That's the only issue here. Aki will begin to spam, and the hook shot finds him. Bone 7 on the ball. The silence is just a bit too much damage. The Soul Burn will take him down in the end. Bone 7 gets the kill. Now throwing out a rocket as well. That's 3 heroes dead. They'll respawn soon on the Wisp. No relocate, though, and this will be the Roche for Sing Sing. Can they get maybe a Aegis Deny or something with this Naga Illusion? Even that is denied to them. Radiance Burn? Not possible. Sing Sing takes the Aegis, and the cheese going the way of AUI 2000. Cloud9 with their 4th Roshan of the game, 43 minutes in. I mean, as soon as you see the Shadow Shaman TA, you know this is what their goal is. Just keep on securing Roche all game long.
It's so hard to contest, though. Invoker will go for a Scepter with his mass heaps of gold. Does he have buyback? Yes, he does. So, C9... I'm trying to think of if they stall until next Roshan, who has the edge. I mean... It's about even. Luna and TA are actually almost 6 slotted now. That's scary.
Yeah, they can maybe replace the Aegis once it expires. Envy, Boots of Travel are still out there, and Mask of Madness probably not the best late game item, but unless you're base racing, I suppose. But we'll see what he goes for.
2500 HP is a ton on a Luna with Mask of Madness, and they have passed the cheese to her. So, C9 ahead by 9 kills, but by no means with the game sealed under their belt.
Now a Hex on AUI, so they get some initiation of their own. Blink Hex is available. You've got a BKB, so the Radiance Burn won't stop the Blink either. That could be a game-changing move, but overall, it's been Bone 7 on home territory for me with this Clockwork that's been just the most. And then, I believe S4 had a TP. No, he didn't have a TP scroll. Maybe that's why.
Maybe, yeah, I'm not sure. Well, that is Invoker's... Invoker doesn't have buyback either, so I think this is just the game-ending push right now. They have Black Hole up. It has cooldown. This may be it.
Here comes the GG push from Cloud9, straight down the middle lane. Ake, he'll try and hold this off a bit, but there's a Blink Silence, or Blink Stun initiation from AUI. Does catch out Ake, and then the hookshot from Bone 7 once again, delivering. The Romanian's been spectacular here. Black Hole into Loda. Loda, no buyback. He's 100 gold short if he goes down. Now this could be it. Running to the right, trying his best to escape, but he just keeps on being followed out by the beams. No glyph, nowhere to go. Alliance have lost it in a 50-minute on the dot, 49-59 minute. Nail-biting finish, but all Cloud9 all the way.
Bone 7's Clockwork, though. Huge plays. Huge plays all game.
They take it in the end. 50-minute victory. Cloud9 looking very good here in game number 1.
They have slayed the Naga monster. I would say that Alliance looked pretty good in that game, though. I thought it was going to be a completely different playstyle from them, and they did the aggro try and put a lot of pressure on Envy, but problem was they couldn't shut down Sing Sing, and they couldn't stop any of the Roshians.
Yeah, and now, well, we're going to walk into game 2 with Alliance 1 loss away from having to play another best of 3 today. That is going to wrap up our first game, and Cloud9 undefeated so far today, 3-0. Looking pretty scary.
2 of them were against Fuzzy Bears.
Yeah. Fuzzy Bears played well.
Was it Fuzzy Bears?
No, it's Fluffy Bears.
Fluffy Bears?
Damn it.
Whatever.
We're terrible at that name.
FB.
Absolutely awful. All right, guys, that's going to wrap up our first game. It is a best of 3. You are watching DreamHack Bucharest, courtesy of Beyond the Summit, over on our second stream, twitch.tv/Beyond the Summit 2. Gods as well as Bulba are continuing to cast throughout the evening as well. Well, late into the night, I should say. They will be casting the Bears versus Fnatic. That series well underway. That's your loser bracket round 1 match. This is your winner bracket finals. Cloud9, 1 win away from taking a 2-0 sweep. Alliance, they'll need to take 2 in a row to bounce back here. I'm LD. He's Merlini, and we're joined here by K-Pop Tosis. We'll be right back after this for game number 2. Stay tuned.